FUT played some of the worst Valorant that I saw at Masters London against Team Vitality, and it wasn't even close. On FUT's map pick, they got blown out 13-2, and I mean, if you're a FUT fan, I guess you could be happy that this team made it to playoffs. I mean, this is a pretty deep run for a team that nobody really expected to do well this year, or maybe I'm wrong on that, but I at least I didn't expect FUT to do this well. They made it to the playoffs. They won a game. You know, they beat Energy this event. I mean, listen, if I'm a FUT fan, I'm happy with the results of this tournament, and I can't wait to see what they do in Stage 2. But we do need to inspect, we do need to break down how this loss happened, why it was so bad, and we can all learn from losses like these. And now, to be fair, it's a FUT. They are playing a double Sentinel comp, and they are starting on attack, so clearly this isn't going to be their strong side, but losing a match 10-2, or losing the half, I should say, 10-2, just isn't good. We need to figure out what went wrong. And actually, Pissed Around starts in favor of FUT. So, Vitality's plan is to fight mid in a 1-3-1, and they kind of have their Omen just hanging out on an island all on his lonesome. Their plan is to have Profek anchored on the A site with these thorns and with his flash, but he doesn't have a TP to get out. That's the worrying part, right? So he's basically left just to die all on his own, right? So the offense run in. Right, they hear the footsteps, and they're getting ready to slam A, and you're going to see in a second the smoke comes in, the thorns go out, smoke comes out, Profex can start taking some shots into the smoke, can't find anything, and you're going to see in a second, he just gets absolutely dookied on. There's the dart, there's the flash, there's the dash, Profex down to 20 HP, absolutely dumpstered, And now, the thing about a double Sentinel comp is you don't really want them to take site because they have a lot to stall your retake in the form of Sage slows, cages, trips, all that jazz, but it is pissed around, so FUT doesn't have that much utility. What they do have is this annoying Sage wall that the offense now have to break, the defense, the retakers have to break through alongside this big old door. So they got to break the wall, they got to break the door. And Vitality's reaction to this is, you know, maybe this is their game plan against this double Sentinel comp. Maybe it's just them wanting to flank. I'm not sure, but this is a good reaction. So if you look at the minimap, you're going to see Phoenix and Silva. They're going to go on an A main flank, right? And they're going to create a lot of pressure while Dirk is trying to find the equalizer in heaven with his Deagle, one of the best sheriff players probably in the world. He's insane. But as soon as this trip gets broken, this is a big problem for FUT, right? Because as soon as this breaks, in FUT's mind, in the eyes of a FUT player, you're now being pinched from 1 to 3 different spots, and you're going to get crunched. So the right reaction here would be to probably fight out Tree, or maybe refight flank and like try and kill these two guys. Because if you just sit on site and let the retake, or I guess let the pinchers just do whatever they want, you're going to get crunched on and you're going to lose and have a bad time. So I mean, yeah, this just isn't great. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. And you're going to see Durka. Well, to be fair, I guess FUT do have like a little bit of a plan, and it looks like they're double facing heaven. Like they're getting ready to face heaven as 2, possibly 3. Sociable's getting ready to turn the corner. But Durka's insane. Watch this guy. He just, I don't know how you get that shot. And then if you saw there for a second, the offense, I'm sorry, I keep messing him up. The defense sees Sociable turn this corner and hug this left wall. Right, so they just miss him. He's turning this corner and he's hugging this side right here. And that's going to explain this next shot that you're about to see from Durka. So he turns, bah, blasts a guy in the head. I mean, listen, you can make the case that Durka is the best player in the world, and I don't think that's that crazy of a statement. This dude's genuinely nuts. So yeah, the offense decided not to push anything, and you're about to see why on my channel, my main channel, if you've been a long time watcher, why I constantly say, if you're being crunched on, you need to fight one side. Otherwise, this is going to happen.
Putting pressure now on multiple fronts here. It's got to be cleared up a Sociable. Doesn't really
Knock yourself off, bro.
Tangle with it.
What the f
is that? Steps down, straight to the double Castali! He just pinpointed.
Bro, you gotta do something.
Minimap pressure.
You gotta push something.
Team seen, now it's all FUT.
You gotta push something!
They got nowhere to run, they got nowhere to hide. Pissed around with Vitality.
So Pissed Around didn't go FUT's way, obviously, and neither does their first full buy. So the defense's plan is pretty standard. In a 2-3, they're going to fight up on A main, and they're going to anchor down B. Nothing too crazy, and the offense aren't doing anything wild either in their own 3-2. They're basically just going to like play back and just chill out, you know. And they know Vitality have the worst weapons, and they want to see if the defense are going to like reveal their setup or reveal their hand, right? And then if they do, they can use that information to make an educated decision to go do something. So that's the plan. But as I start the round, you're going to see this Sova Shock is going to come in, and the defense are kind of playing for info, like stall, like in B main, so that these three have like a more of a chance to have more time to push up A, right? You see the one way, we saw the shock, and you're going to see that as this one way expires, Sayonara, he's going to have a flash. There it is. So should be sitting in the one way. You have a Sova backing him up from back here. One way's expiring. Flash goes out. Updraft goes out, right? Trades go down 1 for 1, right? So in FUT's mind, they are screaming. They pushed A, they pushed A. Let's go B, let's go B, right? But the issue here, though, is that Sayonara knows that his team is on a low buy, right? He knows that they need to take risks, because if the bad guns just stand around, in theory, mathematically, the good gun should win. But because this is a bonus, Sayonara knows he needs to take risks. He needs to take fights. So he isn't leaving. He decides to stick around in A main, while Sova is screaming, running away, running for mommy, just like he's out of there. And the problem with that is that Vitality want FUT to run into the ranker. They want them to run into this Vice Flash, into this wall, into these thorns, and just get absolutely railed, right? They want that to happen. And by FUT rushing into B and not taking the extra time that they have to re-clear A, or even like, I'd be okay with like Cristalli like droning this guy back. Vitality know that it's B, and these guys are ready. These players are ready for a B pop to come. So he's running through spawn. The offense are obviously getting ready to go. They see the Vice, whatever. Yampy body shot to the Jet. That's important, right? So the hit's coming. You see the thorns are out. The wall's up. So obviously the offense are cut off from their entry. And the cage goes up, so now the offense basically just have to wait. But because Sop closes the door, Yampy knows, right, I body shot this Jet, he's 1 HP, and he has to be somewhere in this area. So he's ripping his Sheriff. You're going to see in the post-run replay, he's fanning his Sheriff like he's playing the guy from Overwatch, the Cowboy. And, yeah, the wall goes down, and the offense have no choice but to try and push it into B. And because they're rushed or scared or panicked, right, you're going to see that, like, they're making, like, their spacing, like, for example, you're going to see their spacing sucks. And maybe FUT are just scared, right? They just ran away from a Phoenix on A. This looks like bitch behavior. And you're going to see that in a second and throughout the rest of this video.
Gelato here.
Yeah. Shock dance. Going to be missing a trip.
This is off the one-way timing being dropped, perhaps?
Yeah, not too sure. Sociable, he's just got knife out right now.
There it goes.
Here, dissipates, and there's a flash up towards the top, updraft. It's a doubled up play. Cristalli disengages, wants nothing to do with it. Now making moves over towards the other side of the map, but that wall's going to be causing problems again. Slow off, might be finding a mark there. Outlaw shots ringing out. Top left hands are just 10 HP. There's no keel inside for him, and he's blind as anything. Yampy, raw spam.
Standing ahead.
As soon as he hears the switch being hit, big reveal there from the dart too. There is danger here for FUT. They are crumbling, but they got to try and punch a hole straight through it anyway. Yampy! He's not done, not by any margin.
Now, either because FUT are scared or FUT have like the wrong read that Vitality are like pushing out and getting mega aggressive. Because of those two things, I think FUT play this round wrong. This is their next full buy. They dropped the eco because they had bad weapons or whatever. They're set up in a 2-3, 2-1-2-ish, and they're going to spend a majority of this round just waiting. Or they're going to wait for the defense to push. They're waiting for the defense to push. They're waiting for the defense to push. I'm going to skip ahead in a couple seconds, but if what I've understand that they're running the double sentinel comp, Vitality aren't going to peek into them. They don't have to, right? There's no reason to. So it's been 20-ish seconds or 30 seconds, or 20 seconds, 30 seconds. And we finally have taken A main. Nice. Taken A main. We have the Sage res. Okay. So what's our plan with it? Well, for the next X amount of seconds, we leave A main, kind of like linger around. We decide to walk up mid at 50 seconds. Okay. We're starting to do something now, right? We smoke mid, maybe create a question mark in here, but, chat, time's getting kind of low. I'm kind of getting worried. We still have a Vice up to get through, an Omen Paranoia, and a Phoenix full kit, Molly, and everything. You're not giving yourself a lot of time to do anything. And FUT slowly make their way up to A split, right? We have the Omen Paranoia lined up to like go through tree if need be, whatever. The drone goes through. Okay, there's the thorns. So you have to wait up the thorns out. There's the Sage wall. We still haven't even triggered the Vice wall. And our plan now is to Sova ult from close. And the problem with this Sova ult is that when you Sova ult somebody from close range, they have a lot easier time moving out of the way because that's just geometry. And the issue with Sova ulting from this position is that it's going to knock over your teammates. And when this execute fails, what exactly is going to be plan B?
Bekliyor kanka full. Vuramadım. B'den aşağı. Yürüyen buraya.
30 seconds left.
Gir de smoke bitecek önümdeki. Kill deneyeceğim. Yürüyebilirsin. Yürüyebiliyorsan yürü.
It's a comedy of errors from FUT there. That's diabolical.
It's all gone wrong.
They lose Sop inside of the ultimate, and Zeus was the player with the res. He died to a headshot.
All gone wrong. There's only 14 seconds left. There's no, where are you going with the spike right
There's
now?
no time.
10 seconds.
left.
Where's the avenue? They've scrambled themselves completely.
They don't know. Where do we even go here? You have no choice but to save. This is
Man, this is look like Boaster's ascent attack.
That round is
didn't hear
absolutely
me.
diabolical. What a moment for us.
And now, you know that Sage res that we got online the other round? Well, we're still not going to use it. Now, when you have a Sage res online, it's good for your players. It's good as a team to just take the crazy fights, take risks, peek into sight, peek into like cat, peek into spawn, like do something crazy so that you have an extra life to burn. Why not use it to try and like do some major damage or even find the first blood? And if you do find the first blood on these kills, you can even save your res. There's a lot of things to do with Sage res, and I don't think teams have figured out how to use her res yet, and that's like the sad part. Because it's one of the strongest ults in the game, especially at 7 points. And FUT don't do a great job at using it here. You'll see in a second. They're in a 3-1-1, and they're going to default into B main. But unfortunately for them, the defense have swapped their setup and now have their duelist and the initiator fighting into B. So the round's going to start. Insta shock to help get Dirk on the line, but this cage kind of like blocks his vision, right? But the defense have like a decent setup where once Durka takes a shot, Phoenix can flash or like react and do something. But Stop makes it play by pushing through the smoke, clearing close right, and taking out Sayonara. Great, nice, that's awesome. But why is our Sage, chat, answer me, riddle me this. Why is our Sage swinging into the B main line and dying when she had, like, why is this not Jet or Cypher peeking this line? Because now we just lost our res, our like kind of win condition this round. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Yeah, so Durka tries to go for another shot, dashes out, whiffs, whatever. And then I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead a little bit because the rest of this doesn't like matter like a ton. It's kind of scrappy. The gameplay is kind of scrappy. So Durka decides to reposition. He gets himself into mid. He wants to like peek Cat and or Arches after the smoke dissipates, and he has his Vice here to back him up, to help him spot for info and stuff. And with a full Vice setup on Catwalk plus an Omen getting early info on A main, you could do something like this. And especially Sova here too. He's getting a lot of early info on B. So the offense, they're walking through. Durka's trying to jump spot and see if anybody's walking up Cat. But once this smoke dissipates, you're going to see he gets one, but then he has to swap to a bandit, insta-traded. I mean, that's kind of what's just going to happen. And then Chronicle rips his Steel Garden. I don't think this is the worst ult. I mean, it stalls the attack, for sure. And because Omen has A on lock, this buys Vice time to like rotate and go stack B kind of. So it's not like the worst ult in the world. I know some people were questioning it. I don't think it's the worst. But yeah, then look, 3 versus 3, right? Even numbers always favor the attackers. So Profik walks down and clears A, similar to how Sayonara did earlier this game. He's saying it's not A. It's never A. It has to be B, right? He has all the early info. He has a bunch of stall on site. It's just impossible for them to go A right now. So you would think, right? So there's a 2-person setup on B. Profik has all of A, and the offense are kind of just like wandering around. They don't really know what to do yet. Time is running low. There's 30 seconds left. We still have an Omen Paranoia and full Vice setup to get through. FUT, you need to do something. You cannot be this scared. You cannot be playing this slow and scared against Vitality. Shot goes in, wall goes up. At least they swing the wall together, right? They handle the Vice utility well. And then Profik, I don't think he should be just like holding the angle, right? Because the offense don't know for certain who's an A main, and they don't know how many or if anybody's an A main. So I think by Profik holding this line, he just gives the offense a ton of free info. Lucky for Vitality though, FUT are being silly and don't know what to do with that info. So he rips the paranoia. I think what he should have done was tucked and then like wait for the offense to like walk in a little bit and make them feel like it's safe, like nobody's A main, and then peek out to try and get a kill. I think this is a little troll. Whatever. It's a 3 versus 3. The spike's finally getting planted with 8 seconds left. Now the offense are stuck in a similar situation, like we saw before. They're boxed on site. They know one's A main. There could be somebody coming from tree, and there could be somebody coming from heaven. They need to fight something. They need to fight something. They need it is a non-negotiable. But instead, they're all just kind of like sitting back. They're aiming at A main. They're just like letting the retakers do whatever they want. Now, lucky for FUT, right? Yampy breaks open the door. The offense smoke it. Socialby gets inside. Ends up getting this kill. Good for him. Chronicle swings out, almost gets 2, and now Profik is left in a 1 versus 2. So like, FUT did technically fight in the tree, but it just looked very uncoordinated, and like FUT really didn't know what to do. It felt like it, at least, and it just, I don't know, I didn't like it. And even this 1 versus 2, you think that like FUT would have the upper hand, but it's not going to go the way that you guys think.
Okay, nice.
Gears up towards it. I think it's not enough to claim that kill. It's a 2v1. Profik position here. Essential still, but time ticking away. What is that? 1v1 now. Profik hunting, gearing up for it, but the time ticking again. Smoke covers it up. The circle shrinking. He's got to stick this all the way. There's no real second chance. And oh my! What's
He doesn't have
it? Time! Oh!
Come on.
Barely one out.
So the next few rounds get a little scrappy. FUT obviously won 1. They win the next, and it wasn't pretty by any means. But if you have time, watch it in your spare time. Vitality take a timeout. This is out of their timeout. They've swapped their setup to a more passive one, where Jerka's gonna be opting from heaven in a 3-2, and I guess we're kind of anchoring down B with the Phoenix instead of fighting up like we have been, right? So a little bit of a tempo change from the defense. The offense in the meantime are going for a fast B split, and it looks really clean. It looks really clean. So the round starts. We see the smoke. We see a double cloudburst. We see a dash. We see a dart. Everything is just in place. It looks really clean. Really clean so far. Really good start. Now, the defense are reacting to this B push by insta-omen ulting into backside boathouse, right? So there's probably going to be 3 players here. I'm going to play. But Sop goes up into the sky, sees one backside, gets tagged by the recon once, twice, but gets killed from sign. Now, I love this position right here because you can basically just... I used to love playing this position back when I used to play because you can kind of like bob and weave in between this box and like just be a nuisance to deal with from lane, right? So Sayonara kills Sop. Now all the attackers are funneling in through one way, but in this B split, what you haven't noticed is Yedo has found a timing through top mid, and he's about to backstab Durka, right? This hit was so fast, the defense might not be expecting this type of lurk. So, I'm going to play. Obviously, the defense are trying to deal with lane. And that kill goes down and this Cypher ult goes off, right? Really big kill. This Cypher ult is huge. It's basically telling the offense that there's one person A, and there's 2 people backside that are hard to clear, and Phoenix has a full kit plus ulti. You don't really want to run into that. So, how do FUT decide to pivot? Well, kind of awkwardly. So, as you can see, Omen kind of sticks around on Boathouse while Sova decides to like back out and run away. So we separate for some reason. Then Omen TP's in a market. Cypher's trying to like backstab the Vice while Sova's like running around in mid on his own. And then Vitality are in a rough spot because they don't know where the offense are exactly. So Phoenix decides to pop his ult. I'm assuming from like backside-ish or like this area through sign. And he's trying to like re-clear B. He's trying to like make sure the offense have left and they're going to go A. And he's trying to make sure that his team like can rotate safely. And he's trying to clear out a bunch of information for them. And now Social B, I'm 99% sure his plan is to teleport behind the Phoenix ulti and get him when he expires, right? But the issue with that is that they know Profik ulted back here. They've seen the paranoia, right? They know that this dude exists back here. And because Phoenix is running at Social B, right? Social B is probably less inclined to cancel this ult. So he decides to ult backside to backstab the Phoenix, right? And Social B sees this guy. He sees Profik staring at him, right? He's like looking at him, but he doesn't cancel it. Maybe because he thinks Phoenix is like holding his ult, right? So he's kind of like forced into a checkmate, right? So it's a little weird. We just throw our smokes away. Our smokes are dead. Now it's a 3 versus 2 retake, and well, Vice could be anywhere. Vice could be out in mid. She could be on site. She could be in mid. She could be in A main. It's a disaster class because we decided to each sprawl out and kind of do our own thing. Obviously, Yedajay's on the hunt. Across the league, he's running. He has to run to A, I'm guessing. He doesn't really have to. He has time to, like, not run to A. And now this just leaves Yedajay in a 1 versus 3. That's spoiler alert. He doesn't win.
Fake like he was.
What's he doing?
Rotating. Onto their own. What is this from Sociable? It's going to be surely meeting.
When he gets
You're committing!
What? Because he doesn't want to cancel it and just he's right in front of Sayonara.
Ridiculous.
Did he press the wrong side of the map?
2v3 and now make it a 1v3.
Oh, the FUT coaches are not going to be happy about this round.
Scrambling. The tension in the air with his team, you can tell. You could cut it with a knife. But the way that FUT are playing, decision making, it's all over the place.
It's been such a great run for them here at London. But it feels like they're losing their heads a bit in this one. The last 2 matches...
Now, I don't want you guys leaving this video thinking that FUT are just horrible, because Vitality did play a really good game, and not every round from FUT looked like crap, right? And I'm talking about this round. So the score is 7-2. The defense are fighting for B main again, and it looks like they're going for like another fast B split. It worked before. Let's just try it again. We see the smoke cat. We see the cage to cover the cross. And obviously, the defense lose a lot of map control, right? They don't know what's happening in B main. They don't know what's happening in mid. So the Sova drones for Durka to clear out B main. And you're going to see that Yedajay thinks he has a timing on this drone, which he does. I don't think the drone sees him in his cage. So what he decides to do is he swings past the drone, but Durka just immediately sits him down, right? It's not even close. Now, the offense, they make it up mid. Chronicle sees him, flashes, repeaks. I think this repeak's a little ballsy, but he does get one before being traded out. 4 versus 3. So Yedajay got a little unlucky, right? He thought he had a timing, but if he kills this person, he basically wins around for his team. And then Chronicle gets one. He really shouldn't. He probably should get pre-fired in this situation when he tries to go for the reswing. But Vitality are just really good players. It's Durka and Chronicle doing Durka and Chronicle things, right? So I don't know how you can be mad at that. Now, the defense, Durka decides to peek out B main. I'm surprised he doesn't die here. Again, that's like also insane that he doesn't. So the defense lost mid, so they go try to take B main, and I guess Crosali is just not ready for him. It's a little unlucky, I suppose. Now, the offense are kind of like stuck in a bad spot, right? This is walled off, so the defense don't even have to worry about this position anymore. So with Phoenix all the way up cat, and with Phoenix all the way up cat, Omen decides to help Sova reclear market. And the way they do it is just awesome. They're double peeking together. Sova's jumping in. Prophet's getting the kill, right? Like Sova's baiting for the Omen. It's just really good team play. And now I'm assuming, I was looking at A main while I was talking to you guys, and I'm guessing that because Phoenix didn't see anything all around, I guess they felt a little safer just leaving A open, because Phoenix was just here for a while. Or maybe they saw everybody and they just decided to, hey, let's go reclear market together, right? But again, it's just really well played from Vitality, right? It's just good team play. Yempi pulls out a shorty, he jumps in so that Prophet can get the kill. You'd love to see it, and then it's like a 4 versus 1, and yeah, it's impossible to win. And yeah, like I said, Vitality they also played well, and you're going to see them play well again. FUT are going to A split as fast as they can. And the defense are kind of ready for it, not necessarily. Let me show you. So the round's going to start. We see an instant Omen Paranoia. We see a Jet dash up cat. We see the recon. And then we see a Sova's Harness Fury carving a path for Sop to run up. It pushes Durka out of position, right? This big fat laser. He gets put down. In response, Chronicle's like, okay, they're rushing A. Let me rip my Steel Garden, right? He rips this. The offense are taken back. They have to retreat. Right, but that's not going to deter the offense from advancing their push. So the thorns are going off. The defense are doing everything to push the offense back, and they can't. Right, the offense are running in. The vice wall's here. Right, the vice wall goes up, but the offense are still going through. But look at this vice flash that you see from Vitality. This vice flash is going to basically ignite one of the coolest floods you've ever seen, alongside Sayonara's run it back. And because the rest of the map is just so quiet and Sova hasn't received any pressure, right? He's droned and used his dart. Like, Vitality have the rotates here in time for this incredible flood.
Chucking up down, but that's a Steel Garden going to be uploaded already. Looking forwards, Prophet! He's having a field day with it. The flash is perfect! It's a good transfer, but Sop is going to be taken down regardless.
So as you can see with this flash, Prophet does a good job of living this time. He obviously gets a really nice kill, but the Phoenix ult comes in, the Vice flash goes in, the Omen flash goes in, and Sop just hits a couple crazy shots, right? Before getting traded out by Cristalli and A main. And now this creates a 2 versus 2, where originally Vitality were down a player, right? So Vitality brought this back as 2 versus 2, so was pushed all the way through B. And the thing is here, Zeus is 1 point off of his res, so he basically needs the spike to plant so he can res one of his teammates and just, I don't know, win the round. So I'm going to play, and you can tell FUT are just nervous. I mean, this is like, what you're about to see is like something you see in like in a bronze game where like you don't know how to drop the spike properly, right? So he drops his gun, which could have been a crazy timing had Phoenix peeked out, but the res is acquired, right? And now you see doors closed, and doors closed, and Sova is droning heaven, right? But flank is a big question mark, and because of this drone, the spawn, or I should say defender spawn, isn't a big question mark anymore. So this is clear. Doors closed. The only possibility of like where the defenders can come through basically is A main for a very long time, right? And Phoenix just showed himself in heaven too, so the offense still might think that he's heaven despite this drone going out and not seeing anything. He could have just dodged the drones. They don't really know where Phoenix is at, right? And Sayonara, like, props to him, dude. Like, after being shown in heaven, he takes his knife out and he just sprints. He just sprints on the biggest reposition. He's putting on his Calm cosplay. He's going on the biggest flank slash reposition I've ever seen, like, ever. And you're going to see it. It completely takes FUT off guard. So, and now, because of this big reposition, Yappy's job is just to basically die and try his best, basically, right? Just as long as Phoenix doesn't show himself, you know, FUT should be taken off guard, and that's Vitality's win condition. It should be this big wraparound, right? So Yappy goes down. He makes enough noise, and because Sayonara doesn't show himself, right? FUT are convinced that Sayonara is still up here, and he hasn't gone on a round the world reposition. But unfortunately, yeah, you can see where this is going.
Maybe your team can finally...
Yeah, so these rounds aren't going so hot for a TMV and friends over there. But Vitality they're just outclassing FUT. It's just they have more experience, more firepower, more everything, and the misplays aren't necessarily helping. So we're gonna look at the last round, because I guess we're gonna look at the second half pistol round, I should say, not the last round. Because Vitality just played this really well too. So their plan is to, it looks like B split and or pressure B main and then head into mid or something. The defense are in a 3-2 ready to fight for B main with this early cam, which is really nice. You can throw up in the window, just spots you instant early A main info, better than any Silver recon you'll ever find. Round's gonna start, and it's just gonna be a fat brawl. The camera sees the Phoenix, we see the shock dart, we see a Vice flash, we just see a whole bunch of mess going. We have thorns flying, we have... It is a mess. So after showing so many in B main, the defense decide to reposition, right? They feel like they've created enough pressure in B main to back the offense off, which they haven't. Vitality have either heard them running away, or they're just confident, and the defense have decided to reposition into mid to fight this next, right? So the offense have taken B main, and in mid, it's a double face. But Vitality hit the shots. Durka doesn't miss. I swear to God, this guy does not miss with his deagle. He's insane. But the thing is that they don't know about Yaduje around this corner. If you look at the map, he's right here around this corner, tucked in this little cubby. It's always good for like 3. The spot's always good for like 3 for some reason. But the offense decide, like, hey, we got the map control, right? We have the map control. We have the player advantage. Let's cut noise. Just because we killed 2, it doesn't mean that we need to keep, like, running it down, right? We don't need to. And in a situation like this, where, like, you're deep into enemy territory and, like, you're deep mid, and you have, like, full B main, to have the discipline to just sit here and, like, let the defense make another mistake is incredible. So you're going to see, Yaduje peeks out, and Durka punishes him. He expects him. He doesn't whiff. He absolutely destroys him. And now it's a 4 versus 2. And what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do? Right? Like, they cut noise for, like, how long did they cut noise for? They keep it quiet for, like, 5 seconds. And that's enough to, like, bait Yaduje into peeking. Or he was peeking off the dart, regardless. Great shots by Durka. He gets the spike. Yampy stays back, but Durka dashes across with the spike. 4 versus 2. Those are pretty impossible to win, especially on pistol round. And Yeah, Vitality are really good. And if you want to see another Ascent masterclass like this, check out this video right here. And if you want to join me for my watch parties and where I break down these games live, check out my links in the description and top comment. Do it now.